Stop wishing. Stop begging. Start commanding. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy Hbics. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you are all doing fabulous. I hope you are all choosing to be the versions of yourself that have your manifestations. I hope you are. If you're not, give me your lame excuse in the bottom, in the comments, I mean. I'm going to skip through the usual intro. I'm going to get right to it. Any way to contact me or connect with me, to work with me, all of that information is in the drop box below. Okay? All right. Now, we're going to talk about stop begging, wishing, hoping for your manifestation. Start commanding, demanding, claiming. Prayer is not so much what you ask for as how you prepare for its reception. Whatsoever things ye desire when ye pray, believe that you have received them and ye shall have them. The only condition required is that you believe that your prayers are always answered. So we're going to talk about the mindset or the state of begging and wishing from the universe, from God, from your I amness. Some of us are in a place of maybe being frustrated with whatever reality is serving us. I know I used to experience that too. And I would find myself in a place of like begging God to give me what I want. Please, please, God, please. When we're begging in that fashion, who are we really being in that moment? We're giving in to fear. We're giving in to the doubt. And therefore, that results in us begging God or begging the universe. We don't have to beg. We don't have to plead. We don't have to hope and wish. We simply need to decide, command, demand that you are a version of yourself that has the desire, and it will be given unto you. Where we drop the ball is that once we've prayed successfully, which is doing your affirmations, doing any manifestation technique, we then go judging 3D and looking in the 3D and determining it's not here yet. So then we give into the doubt and fear that what if it never happens? What if I waste all my life waiting for this manifestation? You go right back to being your old self. You go right back to being the version of yourself that doesn't have. This is why I always suggest that building the relationship with your inner self, your I amness, universe, God, whatever you believe in, building that relationship, understanding and having the foundation of manifestation will be the most important thing to fall back on so that you don't feel like you have to beg and plead God to grant you your prayer. Prayer is asking and believing that ye shall receive. I don't think that's the exact quote from the Bible, but it's pretty close. It's not begging and pleading, hoping, wishing. It's about, in those moments, being authentic with yourself and owning up in that moment, I don't believe. I'm afraid it's not going to happen. Okay. Lots of us have manifested things that we didn't think were going to show up. We didn't believe it. But because of what state we were in, we were open to it. So manifested. That happens all the time, which is why you don't have to believe your affirmations in order to manifest. There are infinite versions of you. Infinite, okay? This is never about perfection. But I think that if you are still in a place where you are begging the universe, pleading with God to let you have what it is you want, that's not you being in the wish fulfilled. That's not you in the state of having. And what kind of an affirmation is that? Let's just be real. When you're begging and pleading, please let me have this. Please, please, please. Is that really impressing the subconscious? That's impressing the subconscious. I don't believe I have this thing. I don't believe I have it. I don't think I can have it. I'm afraid I'm not going to have it over and over and over again. No, I'm not saying this that we are judging and critiquing ourselves. I'm saying listen to the words you're choosing when manifesting. And it's not necessarily the words that are the problem, but it's the who you're being. Who are you being in that moment? You're being a version of yourself that's not trusting, that's not believing. And who the hell wants to sit around and feel like that all the time? Don't you want the confidence of knowing? I know that when I say an affirmation, I know that shit's eventually going to show up in my reality. Doesn't that sound more tasty? Isn't that more fun? Because you can be that version of yourself. If the wish fulfilled feels so far away from who you are right now in this moment, that's not a fucking problem. We can actually instead entertain the idea of being a version of yourself that is open to believing that manifestation is real, and work your way to that state. Once you're in that state, your perception's going to change. And you can therefore then probably go right to the wish fulfilled. There's always a workaround on your manifestation routine. You are a multi-dimensional, infinite versioned self. You're amazing. You're powerful. Your mind is this mind-blowing, intricate, powerful computer. But you're hovering around this little corner of that computer, little tiny corner, and you're afraid to step out of it. Instead of allowing yourself to trust that this shit might be real, that it might actually work for you. You don't have to beg the universe. You don't have to beg God for your manifestation. A workaround of your begging and pleading and fear, and this is not something I typically say in videos, but it's true, be grateful. Choose to be grateful. I'm grateful for my manifestation. I'm grateful it's here. I'm grateful that I have the ability to manifest anything I want. Just that in itself is a state shift. You're going to start to feel a little bit better, and we can move on to the wish fulfilled. But if you're in a place of feeling like you still have to beg and plead, be honest with yourself. What do you really think? What do you really believe? Some of us are so glued to our techniques, we think the techniques have the magic, and it's not the techniques, it's you. It's you. You are the power. Not your affirmations, not your visuals. It's you and who you are aware of being. Now, this video isn't meant to beat anybody up or judge anybody. I'm just saying that if you know that you're still in the place where you're begging and pleading your inner child to let you go, or you're begging and pleading the God of the universe to grant your wish, you are coming from the wrong side of the tracks when manifesting. Reading up on manifestation, testing the law yourself will never fail you. You want to think of yourself as a completely new being. A new being, a new self, a clean slate from who you have been being. And you get to do that simply by a decision, simply by saying, I want to be my limitless self. I want to believe I'm limitless. I'm going to allow that for a change. Do you see what I mean? It's choice. It's not begging God. It's not begging the universe. It's not begging and wishing and hoping and pleading. That's not manifesting. If anything, I mean, technically I should reword that. It's still manifesting, but you're manifesting a reality of not having what you want. Truthfully, we're always going to experience the fulfillment of who we are. See, some of you hear that word fulfillment and believe that fulfillment only implies that I have my manifestation right now, sitting next to me in front of me. So I'm not in fulfillment yet. Yes, you are. You're always in fulfillment. Did you know that? You are always experiencing fulfillment of whatever version of self you currently are. So however you're perceiving your reality, for example, my manifestation ain't here yet. I don't think it's working. My 3D doesn't look like anything's happening. You're in fulfillment of being that version of yourself. So therefore, that's why you are perceiving your reality that way in that moment. But it's fulfillment. See what I'm saying? So please, God, give me what I want. Please give me this. Please. Let me show you all the ways. Let me prove it to you why I think I should be able to have this, God. But reality shows you shit. You're in fulfillment of that beggy bitch who thinks the power's on the outside of her or him. When you're still in a place of begging, you are not aware that you are the pure, unadulterated consciousness. God, universe. That's what's in here. Your beautiful, beautiful connection to whatever you believe in. Universe, God, higher power, source energy. That's who you are. You're having a human experience as that consciousness. But you still don't believe that. And that's part of the reason, not the full, part of the reason why you're begging an outside source and feeling completely separate and not believing that you can have whatever you want. Listen, however we are perceiving the world around us is letting us know who we are. So we never really have to question where our manifestation is. We know, we do know. We might not know when it's going to materialize right in front of our face in the 3D, but we always have answers by who we're being. It's always telling us. You're perceiving reality as not changing, not unfolding, not working, not here yet. That's who you are. That's who you are in that moment. Listen, when you're asking the question, where is my manifestation? Be authentic with yourself and tell the truth. Where really is your mind? Because manifesting isn't pretending you're not upset with something. It's not pretending to be okay with 3D conditions, even though you don't really like them and you know you're still secretly judging them. Manifestation is experiencing in reality who you really identify as. So if you know you're still secretly identifying as the version of yourself that doesn't think anything's going to happen for you, make a new decision. Because if you do it on repetition, you're eventually going to believe that you are that self. Just saying. This isn't rocket science. This is actually a lot fucking easier, but we make it harder. We make it harder by not owning what we're really thinking and believing on the inside. Authenticity will never fail you, ever. So you don't have to beg. You don't have to beg. Asking is deciding what you want. Prayer is being in the state of consciousness of having the desire. What do you want? Decide that's who you are. And see that reality is unfolding to it, even if it don't feel that way. Keep reminding yourself that that's who you are now. Right? This isn't about being perfect. I say it all the time. You're probably sick of hearing it. It's not about being perfect. I'm just saying. If you're still coming from the place of begging the universe and hoping and wishing, you're not being. Come on now. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.